In downtown OKC, matchup number 2 of the day indeed comes with a championship pedigree. Trilogy, who won the inaugural title, led by Kenyon Martin, coached by Rick Mahorn. And now it's the enemies. With Brandon Tierney, Jim Jackson, I'm Carter Black. As you take a look at the roster brought to you by State Farm, you have Arenas, you have Craig Smith, you have Perry.
He's got to go coach.
I guarantee you, because he's got a challenge here with the State Farm roster for Trilogy. Jason to 2-2, but you beat off previously unbeaten Power and Killer Threes last 2 weeks, and so Trilogy, White on the wing, gets the first one up. That's a long coup.
You know, now what that did is gave this team a lot more confidence, stuck with the rotation they had, enabled them to continue with that hot streak. Also be your post players and set picks.
Jones off the bounce. Perry Jones, shake. Tough 2 goes for Perry Jones, who is Frank Robinson. Jones has the board. Second chance, kick out. Smith nails the 3. Craig Smith off the offensive rebound from Perry Jones.
Yeah, able to spot up again. The offensive rebounds. Once you make a quick decision like that, for me, it's all about now making the play. And Craig Smith showing why, you know, he's averaging 21, a little under 22 points a game.
Whew. And then another nice dish.
Enemies are more engaged and locked in right now. The second shots, the quick to, you know, they're quicker to the basketball, getting layups. Speaking of layups, Hawk right there.
Now for the enemies. Hawkins attacks down the baseline, drops it off at the last second, and O'Brien flies. White. Hawkins on Jones. 5 to shoot. Step back. 2 for Hawkins and a tough step back 2. James White creating his own shot on Smith from the elbow, and Trilogy.
You know, Royce also is very tuned in and dialed into, you know, MMA fighting. You know, once we were last night, you see still coming off of being in shape and playing would be kind of a catalyst. But Craig Smith, I think he said it best. He came in ready to play.
And so did Royce White.
The sport and what he wants to accomplish out of it.
White's been a big presence for the enemies as well. First year in the Big Three. Smith takes a pop, and halftime comes at 25. Playing to 50, have to win by 2. Hawkins crossover, takes it in White. That's a goaltend, count the bucket. 9. Carlos Arroyo win for Trilogy as well. And big off the bench, part of Trilogy's success in the back-to-back. James White, tough 2 around.
His way in, but how about the balance and coordination and then the soft touch creativity to spin it off the glass and get the 2.
Perry Jones nails it. Triple in the corner.
Got it down packed until you kind of get into it. And now as you play Arroyo with the 3-point shot, you find little wrinkles, and then you start to find a comfort zone on where your game fits in with it.
Top 4 teams make the playoffs. First stop New Orleans and on to LA for the championship. Arenas floater. On Arroyo, rattles it home, agent 0.
Kind of get a couple consecutive defensive stops, get a couple offensive possessions, put yourself in a good position as a leader going into halftime. And speaking about offense,
it was a 9-2 start for the enemies. Then the Hawk has gotten hot. Arenas trying to answer on Arroyo, poked away. Hawkins saves it. Easy 2 for Arroyo.
Who has momentum is able to just, you know, grab the basketball, then finish inside. So if I'm Rick Mahorn in that last huddle, 1, let's stop beating ourselves. 2, defensive.
Hawkins, fresh shot clock, so now it's Arroyo. Cross it over Smith, creating for the Hawk. Hard to the rim. Hawk finally finishes it off. It was he. And now Smith. This is a critical one. You got 2-2 Trilogy. Enemies at 3-1. Enemies have won 3 straight. Trilogy back.
Yeah, good D that time. And you see Gilbert Arenas starting the second half along with Royce Wright, giving you a little bit more maybe offensive firepower. But the defense right now with the enemies is the one area that has not stepped up to par yet.
And James White buries the triple to give Trilogy its largest lead. 8 straight for Trilogy, an 11-0 run quickly comes to an end.
I like the move by Royce Wright. A little power.
Hawkins 21 each of the last 2 weeks, and Trilogy wins. Hawkins finds O'Brien inside. O'Brien able to spin it in. And the
You see how far O'Brien is playing back off of Royce right now. It's two things with that. One, put it back in.
Goaltend count the 2. White has the board. White, quick flip. Smith in the corner for 3. Off the assist.
Not able to get it in.
So now Royce White in tight. Block. Looks like White got a piece of it. And now finally something goes in for Trilogy. I mean... Arenas trying to spark the enemies. O'Brien got a piece of it. So that is an easy 2 for David Hawkins.
And so now Royce sold it a little bit more, but it worked in his favor. Beautiful pass.
Ooh, Arroyo to O'Brien.
Beautiful pass. Pick and roll, get to the basket.
Smith faces up, gathers Smith, tough 2. It's been tough all day in the game. After 13 last week, Young on Smith, that's a tough 2. Smith fouled from behind by Young.
But that was a smart defense that time by Craig Smith because one, hey, if Sam...
Go. Smith clears, attacks on Arroyo.
Good help that time by David Hawkins on the double.
Hawkins takes it away, attacking, trying to close it out. Arroyo triple. Off the look from Hawkins.
But also getting yourself in the penalty, being able to retain possession. See right here, now you got a opportunity. Now it's an 8-point lead.
Arroyo step back 3 on Smith. Well short, Jones has the board, tries to clear it into the hands of Arroyo. And now Hawkins right back, Arroyo 3. And Carlos Arroyo's
corner. Hawk made the right play once again.
Rolls out for Smith. That's the way it's gone all day for the big scores for the enemies. Hawkins hits the long 3. 2 points away from a 3rd straight win for Trilogy.
See, when you make the right play, Greg, it comes back and it rewards you later on. And that time, Hawk able to get right back and knock in the 3. And I'm sure the ball, you keep the ball in his hands right here, allowed him to finish this play, finish this game off.
Hawkins to try and close it out. Hawkins in tight on Jones. Banging. Gives it up Arroyo. Still time. 5 to shoot. Arroyo crossover. Arroyo blocked at the last second. Smith has the easy 2 for the enemies. And now back to Trilogy. Another chance to close it out. Arroyo and Hawkins on the wings. James White has it on Craig Smith, and he will end it himself with the wave to the enemies. A 3rd straight win for Trilogy. They've taken out previously unbeaten Power, the Killer 3s, and now the 3-1 enemies. Kenyon Martin's Trilogy team is rolling with a hug for the man who helped lead him to a championship in the Big 3.
Now, we thought the ball would be in Hawks' hands. This time it was James White versus Craig Smith, who gave up a lot of space. Too much space. Didn't want to get beat off the dribble, but at least you're there to test a shot. James White felt the rhythm dribble with his left hand, walks right into an easy 2, a long 2 at that, but it's game time.
18 from White, 18 from David Hawkins. He is our TGI Fridays player of the game. Hawkins